Romania was never a democracy. It was always an oligarchy ruled by the secret services, by powerful NGOs, the media, and mega corporations. I mean, even Wikipedia says that on a democratic index, we are a hybrid regime. Yeah, that's codename for a dictatorship, basically. This was the first time in Romanian history since Alexandru Ioan Cuza when the people had a real chance at sovereignty, a real chance at a leader that actually cared a little bit about Romanians, and the real choice from outside the corrupt system. I'm not saying that this guy is perfect, and far from it. His rhetoric needed massive improvement, his delivery as well. You see, I don't even like this guy. He's a glorified hooligan. He doesn't represent me. But he was still 100 times better than any corrupt politician we had for the past 35 years since we became a democracy. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not some gullible normie who believes that democracy is legit. Only fools believe that. Democracy is a system where the ones with the most money finance campaigns, rig elections in their favor. An oligarchy, basically. Only lunatics believe in democracy. When I go outside to walk my dog, I see a defeated people. I see filth on the pavement. I see holes in the road. I see litter on the streets. I see frightened old people. I see foreigners on their bikes working at Food Panda or Glovo and taking the jobs of young college students. I see foreigners taking the smaller jobs of the low and middle class people. I see decadence. I see a people made of slaves who think they are free. But I also see a little bit of hope. I see small businesses popping here and there from time to time. I see sometimes young kids playing, petting my dog whenever we walk by. And that brings me to my point. This is the reason why in the past few years the GDP of Romania has risen a little bit, granted, not anything significant. It's because of small local businesses. Is because of our diaspora, who are by far the biggest investors in Romania. Not the quote-unquote foreign investors who pay next to zero tax to our government while they're deforesting our trees and exploit our natural resources. The GDP of Romania rose because of its people. Romania has developed, in the past few years, because of the middle class, not because of the politicians or the European Union who are sending millions of euros to our politicians to invest in European projects, while they are laundering that money to do useless investments who will never benefit the people. In Romania, we are not able to build 10 kilometers of roads. That's why we have the same roads we had since 1881. Oh, sure, the European Union is happy to lend us European funds, given we adopt their globalist policies like inviting immigrants, pass faggot-friendly laws, and expand welfare for immigrants. Our politicians are literal parasites. They are the slaves of the European Union, the NGOs, the bankers, and the secret services. And this globalist faggot, whom the whole establishment funded a gigantic propaganda fear campaign to make sure they frighten the gullible Romanian people that we will leave the NATO or the European Union if the other guy wins. And we will be annexed by Russia for some reason. Do you realize how much of a fucking low IQ troglodyte you have to be to believe that? But alas, fear makes people lose their reason and act impulsively. And that reflects in the election results. It is an insult when one of my best friends, who right now he is a lieutenant in the Romanian army on cybersecurity, and he has a salary of almost 4,000 lei. That's the equivalent of $850 to $875 a month. How much will people tolerate this insult? Our politicians literally hate Romanians. They don't care about our people. They don't care if Romania in, let's say, 20 years will be a majority foreigners like Indians, Arabs, Africans, and South Asians. They don't care about that. Our current interimary president, who is this Jabba the Hutt looking motherfucker, was a mayor in Oradea. He replaced all Romanian statues with Hungarian statues. He fired experienced university teachers with 30 plus years of experience and hired young, inexperienced teachers. He hired his mistress as his secretary. Do you realize how corrupt our politicians are? They would rather see our beautiful people be wiped out of existence than to give up their power and their massive salaries and their special pensions. I have no doubt in my mind that Romania is gonna become like France, Germany, and UK. We're gonna become basically an economic zone. Our people will basically become extinct in 20 to 30 years, since every year on average we had 220,000 abortions annually. In Romania, you will never have a revolution. The people will just accept this, lower their heads, and take it like bitches. Because I see that the majority of the Romanian people are, for lack of a better word, cowards. The Romanian people are cowards. And I see that they are very compliant. And some of them actually cheer for us being an oligarchic dictatorship satellite of the European Union. Not to mention that this other French fucking fat interfered with our election, putting his chief of secret services, Nicolas Lerner. Telegram founder Pavel Durov revealed that it was this fat head of French intelligence whom approached him with the request to censor Romanian conservative voices on Telegram, on his own platform. And I would say something that will make people hate me. But I see no point in trying to save Romania right now. Romania, it's not worth saving, because Romania will become an economic zone for Indians, South Asians, Arabs, and Africans. So I don't see a point in fighting legally with the system. On the other hand, an armed revolution is impossible because we don't have guns or access to guns, and the establishment has the gendarmerie, the police, and the army, and they're all loyal to them, not to the people. Although they have the lowest salaries in Europe by far. But I digress. And now I'm gonna speak in Romanian to my Romanian audience, if there are any out there. Bă, ăștia care ați strigat ca niște oi proaste, vrem o țară ca afară, vrem o țară ca afară. Veți vedea ce înseamnă o țară ca afară. Când vă veți trezi că ați devenit o minoritate în propriul vostru oraș, când vă veți vedea tinerii lipsiți de un loc de muncă, când vă veți vedea fiicele molestate și violate de imigranți noaptea pe stradă. Când vă veți trezi că taxele vi s-au dublat, fiindcă războiul din Ucraina nu se va sfârși prea curând, iar americanii nu vor mai băga bani în cimitirul ăsta de tineri ce a ajuns Ucraina. Iar tu, române, o să plătești dublu pentru războiul ăsta. Poate fitul o să fie carne de tun în Donbass peste un an. Când veți vedea paradele de degenerați și populari că primesc finanțare de la stat să vă spele pe creier copiii pe care nu aveți timp să-i creșteți, fiindcă sunteți prea preocupați să vă plătiți taxele și să vă verificați scorurile de la Superbet să vedeți dacă va ieși biletul, ca ați părea pe Steaua. Atunci, române, vei vedea ce înseamnă să ai o țară ca afară. Sorry for the black pill video, but I don't see a point in even debating anymore about this subject. We are literally on our own. Every single country abandoned us. Well, every single country that matters, like, I don't know, USA or China. The European Union is a fallen institution whom will not survive much longer. The EU is crumbling from within. There are countries right now, like Poland, Italy, Spain, who are debating whether or not they will leave the European Union. But now, the stupid Romanian people embraced the corpse of the European Union. We just seem to never quite get it right. Yeah. I can't do a revolution on my own against a literal army. What the fuck am I gonna do? The only thing I can do is talk. That's it. God help us.